Hello guys! Welcome to Call the Crows and to your timeless reading on what makes you so strong. You can watch this reading at any time when it comes across your page. Just intuitively pick one of the three piles with pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. I'm very happy to have you here today and I hope you will enjoy this video. Timestamps for the piles will be down below in the description and I'll see you then. Hello pile 1, welcome to this reading. If you picked this seashell, this beautiful seashell, and today I will give you a reading about what makes you strong and what builds you into the strong warrior that you are today. So I have pre-shuffled some cards already, and what makes you strong and what makes you this beautiful spiritual warrior is the sun, the light and the brightness that you carry within yourself. I feel like you may be one of those people that walks in a room and people immediately turn their heads. You may be very physically attractive and a beautiful person, but it could also be your aura and this light that you carry within yourself that people really notice. And I have a feeling that people feel like they can be themselves around you. People feel like they can have fun and just have a good time and relax and enjoy good times and good moments. Perhaps you're someone extroverted, or even if you are an introvert, you could be very good in social settings and social surroundings, the type of person that people really love being around. And I see that now you are this empress, whether you're male or female, that doesn't really matter, but this talks about being in touch with your divine feminine, about self-worth and value. So the Eight of Pentacles, clarifying the Empress here, talks about you putting consistent work into yourself. And I have a feeling that the Sun card and the Three of Cups, this joy and light that you carry within yourself, it didn't come from nothing, and you have worked really hard and consistently over all the mishaps in life, all the troubles that came along your way, to become that empress and to learn your worth. That makes you so strong, knowing your worth and knowing who you are. And perhaps you had a big glow up or something like that, but it could be just you finally starting to see your own worth, and that makes you very strong. This resilience and consistent work that you've been putting in. And you may be also someone who pays attention to detail in the way you dress or the way your hair looks. In general, small details that have to do about how you look and how you feel. You may pay attention to the finer things, the smaller things that can easily go overlooked, but when you put all of these small details together, you create this beautiful empress, this well-rounded person. And with the Queen of Swords and Ten of Pentacles, I see that you're a very intelligent and sharp person. Perhaps this is a strong quality, because when you are very happy and giddy and bright around people, sometimes others can see that as qualities to be taken advantage of. I don't know, of course it's not for everyone, but it's not the first thing that people notice, perhaps, because they see this shining light, this beautiful bubbly personality, but all behind that you have this real strong logical mindset, and you know what you want in life and you know your worth. Although what made you strong is, for some of you it may apply, of course not for everyone, but some of you may have had quite cold or detached motherly figure growing up. or just it could be also male but with a perhaps feminine dominant energy. Some of you could have had this, could be your mother, your grandmother, your cousin, someone who was quite cold, detached, and that hurt you in some ways. Again, this is not going to be for all of you, but some of you have definitely been hurt by a mother figure growing up, and perhaps that's why you spend this time rebuilding yourself and finding your worth, and that makes you really strong. So I see that what else makes you strong is the balance that you were able to find within yourself, the moderation. I see that you've been left out in the cold in the past, and your life has just trembled and shattered time and time again in different situations. For some of you, not for all of you, it could be that there were some problems involving drinking or alcohol. It could be also to do with eating disorders. Again, this is not for everyone, but for some people it will resonate, and you worked really hard to find this moderation and find this balance within yourself. I see that you went through a lot of worries, a lot of burdens and struggles. It felt like you had to be in those constant dog fights where you had to do anything you could to win, and you may feel tired and beaten down, but you're strong for resisting all of these situations, because I see that you're the type of person who may carry too much on your shoulders by yourself, and it's like you want to take on your own burdens but then also people around you, and you're very strong, you're very deeply feeling and intuitive person. This also, color green is connected to the heart chakra and unconditional love, and Cancer is very nurturing and giving sign. So you may be Cancer here, Leo, Taurus, could be an air sign too, but with the heart that you have, that makes you strong. The compassion you carry and the care for people you carry, this is what makes you strong, because I see that you may have been lied to or cheated on in your life, and this doesn't have to be romantic, although the Two of Cups came out, so it could be a romantic partnership, but it could be at your work too, in business. Perhaps your co-workers put you in situations where you had to fight for your stability, or you felt cheated, you felt like not the whole information was revealed to you. Perhaps you got cheated out of the stability you had in your life, and I'm very sorry about that. But Spirit is telling me that all of these experiences have made you strong and have brought you into this Empress energy that you have today. Because I see that what makes you strong here too is having this faith with the ninth house. It's also shows me that you may be quite a spiritual person, or even psychic, perhaps a tarot reader yourself. You have these abilities, and throughout these times, the hurt with the Nine of Wands, and this going within yourself, spending these big amounts of time within yourself, really searching for the answers, but not losing hope, and keeping that faith is what made you extremely strong. And I hope you give yourself some props for that, because it is not easy. It is not easy. And with the Saturn card here, I see that you've been through a lot of difficult, hard lessons in your life, and now I don't know how old you are, but I assume that to this point you had enough where you feel like, when is it gonna be end? I had my fair share of struggles, when are my rewards coming? So how Saturn works, it teaches us hard lessons, but it's not just about beating us down. Saturn makes us work through our karma and learn things. It is a very effective teacher planet. It pushes us to learn things about ourselves, about people around us, about the world, by making us face these hard lessons and these hard challenges. It is a very slow moving planet, so the things that you had endured may have been very slow and painful, but what is nice about Saturn is that it is also a very rewarding planet. So once you have overcome the struggles, once you have passed the test. And again, we don't always pass the test from the first time. Sometimes we keep receiving the same situations in different contexts, the same lessons in different contexts, through a different place, a different person, but in reality it's the same situation recycling itself until we learn this lesson. And sometimes it takes weeks, months, years for people to do that, but once we do that and we learn from it and we let it go, this is when Saturn brings us rewards. And those could be rewards in money, in love, anything to bring you abundance in the area where you worked so hard for. So as someone being, you're this warrior of Saturn, you know, you went through the most difficult challenges you could go through. Perhaps you are a Capricorn, or you have strong Capricorn placements, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And these people, I have quite a few Capricorns in my life, and I just admire them for the resilience they have in their lives. And even if you're not a Capricorn, just know that this is a beautiful quality of yours, and that makes you extremely strong. So now I will shuffle some cards and some advice from Spirit. What messages do you have for pile number 1? What makes them so strong? Oh, sorry, my whole bag just slipped out. Oh, so the card that fell down, I just had to pick it up. It's called the Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. So the Shield Maiden is talks about those warrior women from Viking times. They were not afraid to fight. They were fierce warriors, feared by both men and women. And these women were so strong, intelligent, mighty, and I feel like this whole reading talks about your strength and what a powerful spiritual warrior you have become. You're not afraid to take on risks, you're not afraid to take on challenges, and Spirit wants you to know that in the spirit realm you are acknowledged as this warrior, and your efforts and the fights you've won are not going unseen. Just know how strong you are with this Shield Maiden card. And Spirit, can I get another card of any advice or thing you want to say to pile 1? She Wolf. Unleash the wild within. I'm just giggling because it's another card indicating a very strong feminine energy, but again, you could totally be a masculine. We both carry masculine and feminine energies within us, and it's about balancing them out. But many of you may be ladies here watching my video, and She Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within, again talks about a woman who's not afraid to be in her authentic wild self. You're not afraid to howl with the moon and shine bright, be independent, like how the moon illuminates the darkness. I see that you are also that light that illuminates the darkness around you, and perhaps why people were mean to you in the past, or why people have brought you down, is because they could feel, you know, that your light shines on their shadows, and not everyone is ready to face that. Not everyone is ready to see reflections of their own selves in other people, and I'm sorry if you had been hurt by others because of their own unresolved issues, because I feel from this reading that you're a very genuine soul, you're an old soul, you have gone through so many lessons, and you're extremely strong and powerful, so just know that. And let me get you one more card from the Divine Feminine deck. What message does Divine Feminine Goddess have for pile number 1? Why they're so strong? Let me get a message for pile number 1. Oh. 2 cards came out, so I'm just going to reshuffle. Do you have a message for pile number 1? Okay, so I picked the Lilith card twice, and I know it is controversial. Some spiritual people fear the left hand path or any negatively associated deities from Christianity, but from my experience, Lilith is a very, very powerful deity. She's also a warrior female who did not bow down to the rules that were placed upon her, and she fought for equality. She chose herself at the end, even if that meant having to go through a lot of suffering. She still chose herself, and I have a feeling that you're this type of person who, why you're so strong and why you're gonna get all of these good rewards and blessings in your life is because you put yourself first. That takes strength, and the children of Lilith, perhaps you work with her yourself, perhaps it's just a message from her, but people who work with her and her children are extremely powerful and strong people, because Lilith often comes to the women or people who are abused in relationships, who had their self-worth completely beaten down, and she teaches women how to stand up for themselves. And I don't know if you had to do this in your life, stand up for abuse, and I'm really sorry for those who did, but you are so strong, and your efforts are not going unseen. So with this card, I will end today's reading on what makes you strong, and I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you picked this beautiful pink seashell, then this is your reading on what makes you so strong and what makes you a strong spiritual warrior. So to begin with, the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles, I see that you may have had to fight people off for a very long time, and 3 of Swords came out with this. It means huge heartbreak. Perhaps it was a group of people that was taunting you, bullying you, or it could also mean physical violence, and I'm very sorry if any of you had to go through that, but I see these long-lasting fights with people over something, and perhaps these people try to undermine your worth and they really hurt you. And I see what makes you so powerful is that you spin this wheel of fortune and you literally flip things around, because I see you with the 6 of Wands and Queen of Wands, this fiery, spiritual, protected being. You're successful, and I have a feeling that there is nothing people can do but notice your success. Perhaps everyone was telling you not to do something, not to make a certain choice, because I see here with the Chariot and the 7 of Cups, it indicates a choice. Perhaps not in too long ago you were made to make some big choices in your life, because here is the card of Saturn return, and perhaps you're around 28 to 30 years old, 27 to 30 years old, and you've just recently gone through a Saturn return, or you're currently going through one, which brings a lot of hard lessons just in a span of a year basically, or actually perhaps it lasts longer. I'm not sure how long Saturn stays on one side, but it brings very harsh and difficult lessons, and I see that you had to fight for yourself. Your heart was broken, but you stood tall and you remembered who you are. You worked really hard, perhaps on building your own money, building your business, building financial stability for yourself, because I see that people could have told you that you won't be able to do that, or you won't succeed, you can't do this, you know. For some reason, potential that people saw in you could have really triggered them. And with the 9 of Cups and 3 of Cups, I see that you became this person who looks like they have everything they could want. You have fun, you have people around you, like friends, and overall you may feel more fulfillment and happiness. And I see that you know, it makes you very strong, because you try your best to be grateful for the successes and victories, and I see that you are this beautiful sun that shines for people. You're a very powerful and strong being, but nevertheless the pain is still there, and the pain is not 100% healed, which is totally normal. And I see that it may be hard sometimes to try and put up this happy, jolly face for the world and be the one who shines bright and be the one who tells people that it will be okay, although there is so much pain that you might still be dealing with from the past, because we might move past our experiences, but until we fully make peace within ourselves and release those past experiences, they keep coming back to haunt us. And based on how intense those experiences were, or how meaningful those negative experiences were, the frequency of the return of those feelings may be affected. And I see that what makes you strong is your passion and being able to balance so much in life. You may even think that, oh, I'm not that good at balancing things, but you are, because it could come in balancing different things in your business, in your life in general. You could go to school, have a job, perhaps have a kid. It doesn't have to apply to all of you, but for some of you it will, that you're someone who, you know what you want in life, you know what your dreams are, you know your passions, and you're willing to juggle around many things at the same time to make it work. I see that perhaps it wasn't always the case, perhaps you weren't so sure of what decision to make, and this decision again could be involving your business, but I also see with the cards of 12th house, Chiron, Black Moon, Lilith, and the air, the decision could have also been made regarding the people who hurt you, and take what resonates, but I see that for quite a few of you, you may have been pushed in this position in a corner where you have to decide whether you want to take some sort of revenge or heal your pain by somehow giving retribution to people who hurt you and fixing things by yourself, or choosing love and kindness. And this 12th house also speaks about the Christ consciousness. So you don't have to be Christian, but the Christ consciousness is this pure, unconditional love. And perhaps you had to make some hard choices when it comes to that, but by choosing yourself and loving yourself first place mostly, you will be able to make the decisions in life that are guided by love and light, and those decisions will always be correct, even if it may seem like you were weak by not taking revenge. Here with the Black Moon Lilith, it's everything repressed, hitting, painful. We could lash out at those people, we could get angry at them, try to somehow fight them back, but at the end, when you realize how much you value yourself and how much you mean to yourself and how much you love yourself, you could have possibly made a choice not to get, I don't want to say get dirty, but to leave things up to God or leave things up to karma, because I see that the karma is changing, and the people who have hurt you, they will receive it. And perhaps you are now aware of it, that you don't have to take retribution yourself. And if anything, that makes you extremely strong, because a peaceful person is not the one who just doesn't ever hurt other people, but the one who has a very big potential of actually hurting someone, but then chooses to be peaceful and chooses not to do that, chooses to lead from love and light. And I see that if you are not already this person, you are becoming this person. You are reconnecting with your inner child, and your ability to be gentle and be intuitive is your strength. Your ability to choose love over feelings of bitterness, anger, envy, resentment. This is what makes you so strong. And perhaps sometimes it can be really hard to choose the love and light over any other emotion we have. It is normal, we as people, we want justice. We want things to be straightened out and equal in eye for an eye world, but you know deep within yourself that you can leave it up to God and that you are protected, because with the Chiron card here, it speaks about wounded healer, and Chiron was a wounded healer himself, so I see that you've gone through a lot of pain in your life, or over the recent year or so, you went through so much pain and you had all the chances to turn to the darkness. And by darkness, we shouldn't like separate light and dark, because both are equally necessary. But what I mean by saying you could have turned to the darkness is you could have extinguished the light of hope. You could have just decided that that's it, the world is evil, there is no hope, there is no light, why even try? With the things you have gone through, you could have easily chosen that, but instead, like the Chiron, you found the strength within yourself to pull yourself back together and to be different than the world, to be different than the people who showed you pain, who showed you a lack of grace and a lack of compassion. And this is how healer is born, through suffering, through pain, and to finding the healing within their own selves. And you are strong and powerful in that you can bring this healing to other people too, because with the 12th house and Lilith card, I feel like you're a very psychic and spiritual person. I don't know how aware you are of your powers, but you are very psychically powerful too. And with the 12th house and air element card, you could also be dealing with your pain through writing, through music, through poetry. Perhaps you talk, or you have some podcast. Perhaps you're that friend who other people go for advice, and you may be really talented at putting your pain and your suffering into art instead of into revenge or something like that. So if you haven't explored that creative side of yourself, please do, because you may just get spiritual downloads on things you can create, or things you can come up with artistically, like poetry. A lot of world's greatest artists are channeling their music, their art, and I feel like this may be your hidden power too. So let's see what messages do spirit guides have for you, or what makes you so strong. Perhaps some advice. Spirit, can we have a message for pile 2? Any message or advice for pile 2? Oh. So the autumn card came out, which says release the old and rest. Exactly what this whole reading was talking about is learning to shed the past, not allowing the past to keep poisoning us, because basically what anger and resentment is poison. And of course we have the full right, and we are allowed, and we should feel these feelings when we are wronged, when we are hurt. But once we feel that emotion and accept it, we should be able to let go of it, because it is like poison. If we keep reminiscing, ruminating about those painful things that happened to us, all we're doing is basically, wishing these people ill, or that their lives would go wrong, the people who hurt us. All we're doing is like drinking a poison, but expecting the other person to die from it, because people who hurt us, whether they come into understanding of what they did or not, that's their life story and that's their life path. And the universe always works in the most strange and magical ways, and lessons are being brought to everyone's life no matter what, and we can just leave it up to God and the universe to take care of our burdens. And no people should have that much power over us and over our emotions. We got hurt, but we are not, there's nothing wrong with us. We're not like unfixable. We can be healed, and you are a very strong healer, so just know that. Any other message you have for pile 2, Spirit? Any other message you have for pile 2? medicine mother, and I'm giggling because exactly just like I told you, you are a very powerful healer, and you should honor your inner knowing, because I see that the choices you've lately made or are making or are about to make when it comes to choosing your heart and love and your peace over any toxic feelings and emotions, you're healing yourself, and you are gonna heal many people around you, whether you want it or not. It's a faith of a healer. They go through a lot of difficult things, a lot of karma is getting cleared out early in their life, and they learn how to heal themselves, and automatically your healing energy may draw people who are not ready to face themselves. Perhaps the whole reason why you had to fight all these people is because you were born with this healer energy, and you have this light within you. It's not something that can be visibly seen, it's something that is to be felt, and that often triggers people, and they may not consciously know why they're even triggered, but they may try and bully you, get at you, take away the things you have, because what they actually want in the core is to have that light, to heal. But some people don't know how to come for help and ask for help, and instead they resort to a very low vibrational means of dealing with things, and bullying, harassment, fights, gossip, anything like that. So just know you're a very powerful person for overcoming all these challenges in your life. And one other power of yours is you are a born healer. I have to say that. And I think that will be it for today. Thank you for coming to this reading. I'm very happy to have you here, pile 2. I hope you liked it. I hope it resonates. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose this beautiful seashells, I actually just got them from my vacation and there's still sand falling out, but these beautiful seashells that have these little corally like looking thingies on it. Yeah, English is not my first language, so I'm not sure, sorry about that. But if you pick these beautiful shells, this is a reading for you on what makes you so strong. So I see from the cards immediately that you may be a spiritual person yourself, perhaps a witch who practice some witchcraft, or in general you're very much in tune with your intuition, and you may not be even practicing anything, but you have a very strong gut feeling. You know when the things are right, and most of the time I would say your strength comes from your intuition, because intuitively you tend to know the things, you tend to feel things, you tend to figure out things. And the High Priestess with the Ace of Swords here tells me that your intuition is probably most of the time right, and that is a superpower, because if we learn to distinguish between, let's say, anxiety and intuition, and we learn how to allow our intuition to lead us through life, we will most likely be on the right path, because intuitively our spirit knows what choices we should make. Our spirit guides are always there. They're also communicating to us through intuition, and you may be connected to a spirit guide, which is a family member that had passed away. It could be a grandmother or a mother. I see a strong, powerful feminine figure here with the Queen of Swords that is guiding you, supporting you, and bringing justice in your life, basically. But yes, so what makes you strong is you have a very strong intuition, but I see that recently perhaps you've experienced a major heartbreak, a really bad heartbreak, nothing you could have imagined, and either you had to walk away from someone who hurt you, or someone just left you behind and hurt you, took everything they had with you. So it can go both ways. Either this person hurt you and you walked away from them, or they just left, and this person could have left because they were immature and indecisive on what they actually want in life. They could have been slightly living in their delusions and in a fantasy world of of thinking, is the grass greener on the other side? Just often people do that when they're not fully in tune with their own self. When their intuition is blocked, they start seeking for external sources of validation and they base their decisions on that. But this is a long topic to talk about. Anyhow, I see that you experience this difficult heartbreak, and I see that it may have shattered your whole financial stability. Everything you have worked for so hard, everything that you have built so far monetarily, perhaps it took you a long time, and I see that you really love this person. You had a really kind and childlike love for her, for them. Perhaps you even have a child with this person, or were planning to have children, but I see that everything just came crashing down and you ended up being left out in the cold. And even if you were the one who walked away from the other person, I have a feeling that it's because they hurt you or something horrible happened. And that's still, even if you made the decision to walk away, that's still pretty much being left in the cold by someone who you trusted. And you're very strong. First of all, you're very strong for enduring all of that, because to have this whole life being whipped out from under your feet must be really difficult. But I see that you have this strong feminine figure, and I'm getting strong grandmother vibes that are protecting you from above and watching over you. And it could be that for quite a while you were just blinded by the pain, you were blinded by the backstabbing, and perhaps you were very scared to do anything, make any decisions. Perhaps you question your intuition and your inner feeling, and you weren't sure what decisions to make, how to move forward, what to do in this situation. And I totally understand it. I see that you went through so much pain with this situation. All your roots, all your stability has been literally ripped out from under your feet for this transformation to occur. But the transformation, Pluto is also a Scorpio card, and there's an Aries card too, which is ruled by Pluto. So you might be Aries or you might be Scorpio, or have major Aries or Scorpio placements, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Mars, Venus, Mercury. Anyhow, all of this happened because there was a transformation that had to happen in your life. And most often, the bigger the dreams we have, or let's say you want true genuine love, you ask for God for true genuine love and abundance, and you think you already have this person with you, you think you already have this abundance, and suddenly it gets ripped out from under your feet, and you can only question why I worked so hard for this, why is this happening? But it could be because these things, as good or as satisfying as they seem, they may be only the things that you've been settling for. And God and the universe knew, perhaps your own grandmother or mother, your spirit guides, they knew that you are worthy of so much more. But in order to make space for more, all the roots, all the foundation that you had must be ripped out from the ground. And it is savage, it is painful, it is extremely intense. And the thing is, in that time you may have been in all this pain. Perhaps you had a big fight with your ego. Aries talks about I am, and our ego often is what keeps us in the cycle of pain. But I see that you are so strong because you still chose to, with a Fool, to start new. After whatever happened here for you, you made the decision to not give up, to keep going. And I'm telling you, your spirit team is extremely proud of you for that. With the Queen of Wands here, and the Strength card, you remembered who you are, you remember how strong you are, how powerful you are, how divine you are. You may, by the way, also have a cat, and I hear that they love you so much. It might be your psychic buddy, but anyhow, you are so strong, and Spirit wants you to know that for overcoming all of these situations, all of this happened not as a punishment to you, but as a clearing away for something new, for something better to come in your life. And Spirit is encouraging you to keep your heart open, keep loving. I hear that we know how hard it is for you, we know how much it hurts. Please know you're not alone. We're here with you, we're here with you. Don't give up. Oh, I'm getting teared up. But there is so much love waiting for you, and this grandmother or mother, it could also be a male with a female dominant energy. They love you so much, they want you to know that they never have left your side, and they have always been here, and they want you to get out, have fun, not to stagnate in this energy of pain. Of course, I understand it's hard, it's heavy, but you're strong. You already went through so much, and there's no need to fight others anymore. You're meant to come back to this abundance and gentleness, beautiful energy. So wow, I got a little bit emotional, but let me ask Spirit, your spirit guides, for any messages they have for you right now. Spirit, what message do you have for Pile 3? Why are they so strong, so beautiful? Stargazer says set your sights higher. It may also be card about your spirit family, those who are already in the stars. It could be the ones who passed away. It could be your spirit family from the source. It was before you were born here on Earth, and we want you to look at the bigger picture, and it just so beautifully ties in the reading of these things that happen to you seem like the biggest catastrophe, but if you look at the bigger picture, these things are going to lead you to way more fulfillment and happiness than you could have ever imagined. And it is beautiful. Your spirit guides, your ancestors are here with you, and they want you to look at this bigger picture. Good things are finally coming. You're so strong. Spirit, do you have another message for Pile 3? Spirit, do you have another message for Pile 3? Oh, why? You're so brave. Stack, trust and thrive. Again, your spirit guides, your ancestors are calling you to have trust, have faith, because Stag is also a very protective energy. They want you to know that you are divinely protected, and throughout this whole mishap, this whole pain, you weren't abandoned, you weren't left alone, although in the moments it may have felt like it. Just know that you're not by yourself. They're watching over you, they're protecting you, and as long as you keep trust and faith in them, you're gonna stay strong and you're gonna thrive. You're such a powerful being, like a real wounded warrior. Pile 3, it has been wonderful for me to do this reading for you. I hope you enjoy, and I hope it resonated. Please let me know down below in the comments, and all the respect for you again, for everything that you have gone through. Stay strong, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.